What's up guys, I'm Ryan Evans of Ferris Fox Studios, and today I'm reviewing the Red Dragon Longsword by Red Dragon Armory, based out of the UK in Northern Wales, I believe. And just kind of a breakdown of what it is, how it performs, aspects of the blade that I like and don't like about it, and just to give you guys some information if you're thinking about purchasing one. First of all, this one we purchased from Amazon. You can get these from Amazon.com. They sell them through there. And it comes in the box just like this, in pieces. And so some assembly is required. One of the things I noticed that we all noticed kind of right off the bat with this is how long the screw thread actually goes through the tang right here. And it looks like it goes all the way up here into what would be the stark of the blade. You can see it, and it's a good sized thread, so it looks pretty solid and pretty well embedded in there. When you get it, cross guard just slides up the tang, of course, like that. Okay, it's got a rubberized grip, which my training partner Jimmy said he didn't like the way that the grip felt very much. But when you put the grip on, kind of what happens is this one, I don't know if they're all going to be like this, but this one sticks out just a little bit past the tang. So what happens is when you screw the pommel on there and screw it all the way down, it kind of, and you might be able to see it right there, it kind of pushes that grip out a little bit. I didn't think it was like a huge issue because you can just take it kind of and work it with your hand a little bit and it'll seat there. But when you grip it, you can feel that the grip is not quite, it's not quite, doesn't feel like it's part of the tang. That's what Jimmy said. I didn't seem to mind so much, but that's a minor issue because you could just trim off a little bit of the grip right there, the grip material, and you won't have an issue with that or anything. One of the things about this blade is very light. Well, I won't say very light, it is light. It's of course lighter than a real sword is going to be, but this is an analog made for safe practice. So the weight is going to be not real sword weight. One of the other things about the blade is that I really like, in the last third of it, it's very flexible right here. So we did some thrusts there during the course of practice, and the thrusts were very forgiving with this. So that was really nice because we're used to using some harder materials. We've been using some of the cold steel swords like actually in our practice against each other, and they're not as forgiving on the thrusts. So that was a really nice aspect of this blade. Another aspect of the blade is the abrasion against the masks, against the fencing mask. As you can see right here, the blade has some abrasion on it from contacting the masks, not from contacting the other blade we were using. And that's probably any amount of wear and tear like that on a practice sword, an analog of any kind that's made out of a synthetic material, you're going to have that. I would say that that's going to be a thing with all of them. Another thing I really like is, right off the bat, I have to say, and I should have said this in the beginning, I really like the form of this sword because this puts me in the mindset of practice with an actual longsword. The quillin is very nicely shaped. They've got these balls on the end, the anti-penetration kind of thing. It is a little flexible right here, which against a heavier sword, and keep in mind we were using a cold steel sword. We didn't get two of these, we just got one so far. Against the cold steel sword, the stronger the blade, the stark can actually kind of slip past this a little bit, but we're using a dissimilar sword. If we were using one of these against it, then probably you're not going to have any issue with slippage like that. Of course, obviously this is probably made like this for safety, but once again for safe practice. So I totally get that. It's very fast, again being lighter than a real longsword, but I found that this let me concentrate more on the technical aspects of what I'm doing and not so much on the weight. So I was able to concentrate on my Mulinelli more, and I was able to concentrate on my footwork and several other aspects of swordplay while using this. So overall, I like it. I'm probably going to order more of them to use against each other, not to use against other analogs. And I thought that overall is a really great product. The only thing that we found is, like right out of the box, we're gonna take some sandpaper and lightly run over places where there were some burrs on it right out of the box. Some places in the casting, like you have with usually any casting on plastic. But you know, once again, overall, a really good product. And also on those burrs, I would say that, you know, these are meant to be used with full kit, you know, to be wearing jackets and gloves and everything, you know, so the abrasion, so that's probably not an issue when you're using the proper protective equipment. Always use the proper protective equipment with any combat analog that you're using. But once again, the sparring longsword from Red Dragon, located in the UK, really good product. I liked it a lot and probably going to order more of them. So, all right, thanks guys, until next time.